We're live and back. Okay, you guys, it's the Kelly and Katie show. Kelly, welcome. You guys, Kelly's going through a huge week in her life right now. Kel, where are you? What's happening? How can we just support each other? I'm back in continental US. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm here.
And looking beautifully colored.
I know I think this is the color I was made to be, is like we all need a little glow, right? Especially this time. So, yeah, thanks. And Kelly, you're sitting on the floor because this is moving week for you, right?
This is moving week. And
Yeah.
so we had a crew yesterday that took almost most of our furniture and everything. And so yeah, we're still in construction at the other house, but I'm sitting on the floor in my bedroom, kind of by the window, and there's like nothing in here. My closet is full, but nothing else. So
Yeah. That's the strangest, isn't it? If you guys, who's with us that's ever moved, that is definitely like an awkward transition. So we're praying for you through that for sure.
Thanks.
And for all the things that come along with it. It is a lot. And I don't know, I sound like a broken record, but I know it looks really empty. Someone's in the comments, yes. But isn't it so cool, you guys? Like literally, I am quite sure Kelly are you on your phone or your computer? What are you on? I don't know.
Yes, right now I was able to get on the computer so that I can have my phone if I need to look up things.
Okay. So
the agenda, because I can't print.
That is incredible. You guys, here's the thing, like we're just going to start training off super strong today. 1 minute and 52 seconds into the team huddle. It's not what happens to you. It's how you react to it, right? Like that's how it is. It's not the fact that that things are happening around you. It's how we choose to react. And like I was telling Kenzie this yesterday, she is not happy to be home, you guys. She is not happy to be home. Not happy to be home. We all fell in love when we were over there. Absolutely. Like it was incredible. And she's just attached and she's just wanted to stay a little bit longer, and having a 5-hour time difference and me waking her up in the morning, it was just rough, you guys. It was a little rough. Okay. It was a little rough this morning. It was like me waking them up. It was like 2:00 in the morning for the time we adjusted. So it was messy, right? But I told her, and I see the same thing happening with Kelly, and I see the same thing with all of us, you guys. Like, let's just be real and talk about it. It's not what's happening around us, or I was telling Kenzie, it's not where you are in the world, right? Like, it doesn't matter what part of the world you're standing on or what you're looking out your window, although it's beautiful. It's like the posture and condition of your heart, right? It's like, it doesn't matter the circumstances around us, it's our focus. And it's like what we choose to focus on, what we choose to just create our own reality. And it's the spirit we carry with us. So it doesn't matter where we are or what's happening. Like we can be us and really go through incredible things and hard things and crazy things, but that doesn't define us, right? Like we can stay and just chalk it up as experiences that are making us become the people that we need to be. And so I see that happening in you, Kelly. And I was preaching it last night. I was like, sister, you better get to bed. But I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So anyways, you guys, isn't that so true? It's so stinking true. Yeah. And the other thing too, Kelly, you would 100% agree to this, but in our life, you guys, and now I'm going to connect it into our business, right? Like, I think I know for sure, some people wait for like the perfect window or like a perfect opportunity to really work their business or like jump in or try something new or whatever, a new level of focus or workload in our business, or like, I want to reach for this, or this is my goal or whatever. And yet we're waiting for like the perfect window, and it just doesn't exist. I heard one time at a training that you are either, and God bless you in all 3 areas, right? Like seriously, let angels be with you and pray for help no matter what situation you're in, but you're either headed into a crisis, you're in a crisis, or you're just coming out of a crisis. And so I am so grateful that we have God as our business partner, because you're in one of those three and it's constantly moving. There is no perfect time. So we're just going to make today great. So anyways, I can't wait to see Kenzie, and she'll probably be a hot mess after school. I'm ready for it, you guys. I have to be ready with snacks and like my woosah ready for Kenzie. But isn't that so true, Kelly?
Oh, so true. Yes.
I know we've talked about that before, but I'm like, it's really for everybody. It really is.
Mhm.
Um, okay, before we keep jumping around here through our agenda, I wanted to talk about a couple quick things. I'm working on the March calendar. Actually, it's done. It's on my phone as far as notes. I had a lot of time sitting. I don't sit well, you guys. Like, I don't sit well. And so I just had my phone, and I can only watch so many movies, right? Like, for the love of goodness. I did watch Little Women, and I was crying on the airplane, and I was like, oh my
Oh my
God.
gosh. Katie, that's really funny because that's one of the cleaning out my mom and dad's house. I
Yeah.
found my old, it's a double book that I had gotten from my grandma, and it's like this thick, and half of it was Little Women and half of it was Little Men. It was like my
Oh,
favorite thing long time ago when I was little to read that.
did you
That's so
cry
funny
when
that
you
you
read
bring it
it,
up.
Kelly? It was emotional.
I,
Oh my goodness.
so I kept it. I'm like, I need to read it again. I
Yeah.
kept it with my stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. All right, who has watched Little Women? Let us know. We want. But as I'm watching Little Women, I had to put the Little Women screen over here, and I opened up a notes section, and I was creating the March calendar. I created all kinds of things that you guys are excited to see come to life. But it will be coming for sure. I do want to put a huge commercial behind. First of all, finishing this program strong. This series that we're doing, we're taking everyone through the MKU. And so keep going, keep going. And if you're like, yeah, I missed a couple or whatever, just you can go back. You can go back. It's super easy. The sessions here, we've given kind of like our support to, and like our tips and stories and experiences to support the MKU. Like, that's Mary Kay's training, and then we give the real life stuff to go with it. But there's also a challenge. And so how do you graduate from MKU? Let's just review, you guys, because we have the rest of the trainings are all set. We are set to graduate. Graduating just means you've done all the sessions with us. Cool. Graduating with honors means that you have, I mean, this is a thing. I know you want to graduate with those cords, right? Yes, that's what you want to do. But that just means like there's a challenge or something that you can implement after the session, right? And it's honestly connecting with Kelly or I. It's the communication, and it's just the relationship accountability that I as a sales director, it's my favorite part. Like, I want to walk with someone and be on this journey and support, not do it for you. I physically can't do that. I mentally can't do that. I have to take care of Kenzie and her emotions, you guys. I can't take care of you. But linking arms with someone who wants something more for their life and just wants to create something for themselves or an income or, whatever your goal is, it's my favorite part. And so that is graduating with honors, is taking the challenges that we give and being in communication. Okay, so that's how you graduate. Get the cords. I highly suggest it. Career conference is happening on Saturday morning here at my house, and I could not be more excited. So from 8:30, the doors will open at 8:30, and we will go from 9 until noon. In our Dream Keepers headquarters down in my basement. You guys know it's magical down there. And we just have an agenda that is put together for those who are coming, because I know who's coming. And yet I keep thinking there's a lot of people who haven't told me they're coming yet. Okay. Like, there's a lot of people who I'm like, oh, she needs to be there. Like, she needs to be there. It is going to be for all the reasons. that you love your Mary Kay business is why you need to be there. And so that is happening. And there's one more thing. So please like make that RSVP communication to me that is needed. And then something that I have been sharing, March 17th is the Lucky You event that Brittany Jenks and Kristen Sharp are doing together. And it's a YouTube event. We've done several of these as they've been doing them over the past couple of years. You just need to jump on board. I've sent the communication. If you are wondering about this, I will send it again. But it's basically, we pay $13, right, to be a part of it. And it is so fun. First of all, I have gotten sales bookings and new recruits from these events, by the way. So that's your buy-in. When you buy in, you then get to invite as many of your guests as you possibly can for your $13. Like, are you kidding me? You guys, when I used to rent a hotel space, I would pay $350 for a 2-hour block, and I would pay it. Like, I would pay it. And then I would set up my trays, and then I would do the thing, and then I would close, and then you know what I mean? Like, this is $13 for an hour of your time virtually, and you can get like 5 or 100 people on there. And when you follow up, that's considered that's an appointment. Like, do you guys understand the power behind this? Like, it is huge. And I think you should really take advantage of it because it's literally like right in front of you. So make sure that you are registered for it. And then obviously you'll get the link to share with your customers. They have images that you can share with your customers. It's really cool. Okay. Are we good?
So good.
Okay. Kelly, go ahead.
Yes. And don't you think that each one of these events gets better and better and more dialed in?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's just amazing. Okay. You guys, recognition. You guys put in the comments because I have nobody to shout out today because nobody turned in any numbers. Like, did you see any faces last week? Tell us about your IPAs. Like, what did you have $100 day? Did you do a facial, virtual, in person, maybe a party? I don't know. Did you do any faces? What were your sales? I know, I absolutely know and believe many of you had sales last week. I am sure of it. What about new leads? Like from your contacts or new people when you're out and about, or sharing. Did you share with anybody this opportunity? And new bookings, like who has bookings this week? Do you guys have anything coming up this week? We would love to hear. I know some of you were really working on your book 5s and book 10s early in the month. You know, what happened? Tell us, you know, what's going on with that? How many faces have you done so far this month? It's really a great check-in as we're heading into the last, I want to say week, but I guess even days of the month, which is super crazy and exciting. And so yeah, we're looking ahead now to wrap up February with our goals, right? And then move into March. So the bookings that you're going to start doing this week, seriously, you can book for right now, exactly today, tomorrow, the next day. If that doesn't work, go into March and look at when you start your book 10 for March, it's already going to be halfway done. So that's super exciting. But you have to communicate, just like Katie just said. Communication is, I think, what makes this business so fun is the connection that we can have with you guys. So, and we want to share and celebrate with our pom-poms and shout out your names with all of your sales and exciting things that you have going on in your business. So.
All right, Kelly, I believe this is Chris Kurtz that I just put up her comment. Chris, let me make sure that is you. I think it is, but she is reporting and celebrating. Yes, it is Chris. Okay, cool. So celebrating 3 facials shared with 2 people, 3 new bookings, and 411 in sales. Chris Kurtz. Yes. Yes.
And that sounds like absolutely full circle working.
Oh, so good. Chris, thank you for sharing that. Truly, 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 thank you.
So
So that image is going to come, and you guys truly, here's my thought process on that, Kelly, is if we if it's treated like a business, you guys, it will show up to you like a business. If I ask, "Hey, how many faces have you done?" And you're like, "I have no idea." I'm like, "Well, then they don't really matter to you." I love you guys, but isn't that so true? "Hey, what are your sales this week?" And you're like, "I have no idea." I'm like, "Then that profit goal you set for you and your family, like, let's go back to that. Like, does that really matter to you and your family? Like you said it did." And if it really does, then we have to go back to, well, how do I remind myself? And how do I keep that in the forefront? Because you guys, I don't know, and we're talking to all kinds of people, but if you work a job for another person, you show up for the job, right? And here's the cool thing and the bad thing, all wrapped into one with what we do is that you are that person for you and you are the worker for you. And so that is so interesting. You know, in the beginning of the month, there's this high energy, like set the goals, let's do the dang thing. Like, this is my plan. And then life comes in and distractions are there and this and that and whatever. But would you show up for a job that you were contracted to work? You would. I know you would. Because if not, you get fired. But when you're in charge, all of a sudden you tell yourself, okay, boss, I have this going on. And you say, okay, self, you don't have to do anything. What? Could you imagine if I left a class of kindergartners alone just because I was, who knows what, right? Like, who knows what we're telling ourselves? But could you imagine? I would be in so much trouble, like so much trouble. You just don't do that. And so I don't know if this helps you guys, but I just do this to myself. I always hold myself to those same expectations. Like this for me is my career. It's my job. I will be here if I have cramps or not. And I don't like having cramps, guys. I don't like it. Do you know what I'm saying? But like we're gonna show up and we're gonna say these are our numbers and this is where I am. And that's what Mary Kay Ash would expect us to do too, and not water it down to a place of just when I feel like it, or I'm gonna do bare minimum so that I can whatever. Like we were made for greatness. And I really truly believe that. Like I really truly believe that. So I don't know. Don't leave those kindergartners alone. You will get fired and it won't be pretty. You'll probably have other legal repercussions too. It won't be fun, you guys. Don't do that. But isn't that so interesting? What will we do for ourselves though, right? So with a Monday, here's my thought. When you think about your income producing activities, I'm just looking at that image again, Kelly, and then
Mhm.
the faces, sales, leads, sharing, bookings, you're like, wow, that's a lot of stuff, Katie. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, cool. What one of those can you focus in on and like really do your best at? Because when you do, it's a domino effect and they all affect each other. Like Chris just showed us, right? Like she probably focused on one of the parts of the circle. And then when she did it full circle. And then that's where those kinds of results come from. So, Chris, thank you for being an example. Honestly, that is incredible. But it doesn't mean focusing on everything and being like super distracted. It's like, this is my thing and this is my job. Even if you guys, this is like your third part-time job, because I know this isn't everyone's full-time career. I get it. Maybe you don't want my job. You probably, it's really fun though, but maybe you don't want it. Maybe you've just got your own, this and this and this and this and this happening. But Mary Kay is a part. And so somehow um, you want it to be income producing, right? Like I'm assuming you want it to be income producing. And so hold yourself to, okay, girl, I'm talking to myself, Katie, girl, I call myself girl, right? Like that's how I talk to myself. You have got 30 minutes. Or I'm in a car line. You have got 10 minutes. Or like, where are you, you guys? Seriously, go hide in the bathroom for 10 minutes, whatever. Just do, or you have a power hour, or you go to the library. I don't even know what I just said. You go to the library, you go to Martin's, there's that deli there. I don't know. I'm just making up all kinds of things.
Or you can just sit in your car for 15 minutes before you go in the house to all the chaos.
Yes. Yes. So you guys, I'm not asking that everyone clock a 5-hour Mary Kay workday. I know that's not going to happen. That's what I do for myself, but I know that's not what everyone even wants to do. And I get it. I completely get it. However, you probably have 10 minutes, you have 30, you have whatever it takes. And girl, let me tell you, there are results from income producing activities inside those pockets. And I don't want you to miss them because there are blessings inside of there. And then let's just get out of our own head. There are people that you're supposed to bless inside of those pockets. And that is truly what we're here to do. So, okay, let's talk about those numbers, girls. Okay, let's talk about those numbers and the end of the month. And so I learned this from Leah. I thought it was incredible. And it's called Have, See, Need. Okay, here's what you do. So it is February 26th. And for some crazy reason, we have until the 29th this month. So get excited about an extra day. Okay. And here's how it goes. It starts with the word have. Okay. And literally, this is a session, like a coaching session you have with yourself. So, Katie, what do I have in so far? And here we go. What do I even consider? I'm not even kidding you guys. It's this. Okay. Here we go. Here I go. Here it is. Okay. What do I have in so far? How many faces? How much in sales? How many new leads this month? How many sharing appointments? And how many new bookings do I have? Like that's have, like already written down, completed, done for the whole month, right? Okay, then you write the word see. Okay, what from now until the end of the month? This is incredible, you guys. If you truly do this, take 10 minutes in your car, right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Or literally like 5. What do you see happening from now until the end of the month? Like conservatively see, not like Katie, I am going to sell $6,000. I'm going to do it. And you've never even, gotten, let's be conservative. What do you see happening from now until the end of the month? And some of you guys are like, actually, I could sell $6,000. I suggest you do it, right? Like, go for it. So what do you have in? What do you see happening? And here's the deal. In the pockets of time that you have, like obviously you might not see all of those things, but do you see faces that you could do? Do you see that there are sales that you could do? Do you know what I mean? Like really look at that and figure that out. And then need. Okay, that's my favorite, you guys. It's the gap. That's the gap. I love the gap. If I know what the gap is between what I have and what I see happening, there's this space in between, and I need to know what that space is. Because now the need word, that is going to create my finish strong strategy. I have this. I see this happening. How am I going to make it happen? What do I need to do to walk it out so that by the end of the month, I have wins that I am excited about in these categories? Now, if you tell me at the end of the month, my inventory is so organized, or my office is so cute, or like whatever, I have a new something. I want it to be shared on these categories because this is what's going to push well, it's income producing activities, but let's just call them income producing results. Yeah. Hear my heart, you guys. I want you making money with your Mary Kay business. And hear my heart, you can do it. Like truly you can do it, but you have to treat it like it's going to pay you what you want it to pay you. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's not just going to show up as dollar signs. We give first. We're entrepreneurs. This is how we roll. Okay. Kelly, was that helpful, you think? Who's
So
been here?
good.
Has that been
Yes,
fun?
yes.
Is there a friend
Yes.
with us?
I love the have, see, need. I love it.
Oh, good.
Because I think it's the same thing we talk about. It's just a different way of
Mhm.
really, I don't know, it's very clear, I think.
Yeah, and it's like, yes, grow your business will grow by doing this. Amen. I think that's
Yes.
Chris. Yes. Okay. Kelly, do you want to jump in or should I when it comes to our MKU section for this week?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. I can do a little bit and then you can jump in. That's
Yeah.
good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this week, you guys, is about after the skincare party. So, so first of all, I encourage you to watch the next lesson in MKU. You guys, these are so good. I mean, there's just so much great information and it just spells everything out. So after the skincare class, like you want to connect with the people there, right? Whether they're your new people, their customers, or whatever. I think the number one thing is connection. Like that immediate thing. It doesn't matter, like, I don't know. It's like you want to help them feel comfortable and not be afraid. You guys love this product, right? That's why many of you joined Mary Kay because you believe in the products, right? There's many other reasons, but I just think we have to then bring it all together at the table or virtually. I guess it doesn't really matter. You do the same exact thing. And you kind of do a quick review of what you did. And then you go through a set sheet, which Katie, I do not have with me.
Oh.
Everything is completely packed. So
Do you want
I'm
me
going
to put it on the screen?
Oh, sure. That can. Yeah.
Okay. This is fair warning, you guys. If you have a set sheet that you are using and loving, keep it. This is just the one that I am currently using, so I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
And if you love it, I can share it with you too. But they're all pretty much the same, right, Kelly?
Yes. So, yeah, because you guys, it, like Katie said, it doesn't matter what sets you decide to use. What I learned very early on in my Mary Kay journey is selling in sets makes sense. You get people on more products, which makes them happy because their products are working together. It's not like you sell a cleanser and they're using a moisturizer from somewhere else. So it's not even just about the sale. Yes, your sales will be better with sets, but it's also about having the products work together and having happy customers and clients that trust you. So look at these. Okay. So at the end, I usually go through these, and if it was a miracle set appointment that I really did, then that's usually where I go first. And I really focus on explaining the miracle set. Which then so like at the top, it says, we can start with the savvy shopper. You can pick any 4 sets plus half price roll-up bag or an eye cream, which is exciting, right?
Yes.
And then the set prices too, I always make it clear to people that it's cheaper to buy in the set. Like if you price all these products out separately, they're more than that. If you want to figure it out, you can. At one time, I used to know, and then with the changing sets. But what I love about this is you talk about the skincare set that you focused on, but then I do touch on other ones that I think that they may be interested in, or teens might be interested in because they do have children, because those may be sets that they add in to get to their next level of getting discounted products in that. So I love it because you have your full skincare sets plus the Skin Vigorate brush up top. Then you go into all your supplements, the masking and all that fun stuff, and then the satin hands and then the bottom, you guys, has the flawless face and your brushes and color, foundation, but it's just your necessities. So it's like your first appointment, you really focus on your skincare. And then But they may want to go into foundation set for sure to add into their closing. But you can also use those bottom sets or the second row sets to book your follow-up appointment. You can use it as a booking tool for sure, which is exciting because you probably didn't try all of those things. So you can intrigue them with that. So I don't know, Katie, do you want to add some stuff?
No, I love it, Kelly. And I think like honestly, and this is what we were taught like years ago and it has not changed, is at the end of an appointment, I really think the worst thing you can do, I'm not even being dramatic, it's really true, you guys, because I did this before I learned how to table close and individual close, is I just handed people a lookbook and let them look through it. And that is, if you've been doing it, like we forgive you. I did it too. It's okay. Just repent. Repenting means to change. It's okay. Like today is a new day, right? But I found if I set myself up for success and I have okay, if they're at my table, I have one for each person printed, right? And I'm prepared, whichever you want to do. Like logistically, you can be prepared to hand, a sheet of paper to each person so that they're circling and like maybe they're taking this home. I don't know if you want to do that. If you want to just like copy 6 of them and put them in page protectors, you can do that too. And like, but every person needs her own set sheet. I am really serious about that because it's hers, right? And I want them either to be circling or like we are touching and pointing. And like maybe this goes back to my kindergarten days, but I don't think so. This is like they need to make a connection, like, okay, you tried the Time Wise Miracle set. Touch that one. Do you see that one? Yes. Now check out because it says it counts as 2 sets. So we're halfway to the savvy shopper already. And like that's a great deal, you guys. They can add 2 more sets and they're going to pay one night. I mean, like play as a customer, like pretend, and you'll get excited about like, yeah, this is awesome. And when you believe that, then you're going to be excited to be like, okay, this is the way to get discounts. If you're not a consultant, this is the way, is like this set sheet. This is the way. This is awesome because it really is. And you guys know me, if it's not holidays or June, I'm not discounting products. Like, no, I'm not Kohl's, right? What do you no. Okay. Anyways, and the other thing, Kelly, this is kind of like for the next class, but still on the other side of this.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it. So this is like mine, right? Like here it is. But on the other side, oh, just kidding. That is the 3 ways to start because this is also an option for them. And many times, you guys, you are going to talk about this too as you close, like, sets, products we used, or join my team. I am looking for awesome. We're going to go into that next session, but this is an option too. So I have it like, together. And I love that.
Yes.
Is that good, Kelly?
Yes, that's so good. You read my mind. I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, well, you guys, that's the thing because like what works, works. And so if you just get it ingrained in your brain, you're like, okay, I need a set sheet. And on the back of the set sheet, I need the starter kit options. It's just it's smart and it's what we do. So take a hot second, get yourself prepared. Now, here's the deal. If you're working virtual, nothing changes. Are you so excited? Nothing changes. You can post this in the group. And after the session is over, after you've shared the products and you've explained these in your video, you literally text this to each person, with a message. And we have that message prepared for you. Nothing changes. You close with everyone and it's exciting. I think we did it, right, Cal? The table close. Okay.
Yes. But the other thing that I like to mention when I do that, just because some people are thinking they can't get a set because maybe there's something in it that either they know will bother them or they don't like or anything. So I always I must say the word customize like 5 times in my closing. Like, we
Yeah.
can customize anything. So, and in your individual close afterwards, we're going to talk about that. Like,
Mhm.
what works best for you? We know that everybody's skin isn't the same. So these are the sets. But
Yeah.
my favorite thing to do, my absolute favorite thing to do, is to customize it for you. So
Yeah.
I want to ingrain into their brains that they can get a set that's customized for them. And
Yeah.
maybe it is the perfect miracle set and, all the perfect sets on there, but maybe it's not, and we can swap things. So I just like them to know that.
Okay, you guys, I just saw Kelly do something that she didn't even know she did, but I remember, and this could be good for everybody. I remember when I lived in St. Joe, I had my little office downstairs. Do you remember with like the half windows? It's the office we earned the pink Cadillac in. I painted it bubblegum pink because I was like, I'm earning this Cadillac. I painted my office pink. And Colin, who's, now way up here, he was in his little bouncer, whatever, the little thing with all the toys around him. And I would put him in my office. Well, like, isn't that kind of cool? My kids never had childcare, you guys, and I've been working this business for 13 plus years with kids. People ask me, like, how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know how you don't do it. You just, they're apart. Anyways, that's a whole nother training. But where else can you do that, right? I'm selling you on your own business today. I'm sorry. Okay. So Colin is jumping, right? Colin is jumping. And I look at him and I said, Colin, what were your favorite products tonight? And he's like, I'm like, well, what sets would you love to start with? If money were no object, which ones would you love to have in your bathroom tonight? And he's jumping. And then he's like, look, I'm like, Colin, okay, are there any other products that you'd like to try? Is there anything else? Is there anything else? And I would go through, you guys, that's the individual clothes that I just popped out of my head. But I could do the table close. Okay, everybody, here's your set sheet. Check it out. Let's go through what's actually on your face tonight. And we're going to start with the miracle set. Do you find the miracle set? Circle it. Circle the miracle set. And I would say this to Colin when he was little, you guys, and he is not little anymore. But I want you to hear what I'm saying, because what Kelly just did is she just said, you guys, I love to customize. Do you know how many times Kelly has put her hand on her heart and said, you guys, I love to customize? That is what she does. Like, that's what we do. It's the same thing over and over again, but we do it with such confidence and such practice because we've done it so many times that you can put any group of people in front of us. They can have dogs barking, kids screaming. I'm holding a baby. I'm on Zoom and my kids are crazy. And I'm like, Lord, let them not understand what's happening in my home right now. Or whatever. It could be 2:00 and the UPS man comes. You never know. But my words are not going to mess up. But you can't have my words or Kelly's words because we've been doing this for like maybe thousands of parties, really. And so my challenge to you is to take these words, hold the set sheet, and I would also talk to myself a lot like a crazy person. It's all awesome. I would talk to myself in the mirror, be like, okay, so here's your set sheet. Here's what we shared first. And I'm like, am I looking at people? Do I look like no, okay, no one wants to customize with someone who looks like that. Am I smiling? Am I friendly? Like, I would check myself out. I would practice, and then I would do it in real person, like with real people. And you guys, my armpits would be soaking wet because I was so scared, like so scared. And like, oh my gosh, my hands are like sweaty because I'm like, I don't even want to be doing this part. Well, guess what? I tried for a whole year to work my business without this part, and I didn't do very well. I didn't do very well, like at all. And I was like, Cheryl, something's wrong with this whole situation. Well, then I learned how to close. So practice to yourself, practice to stuffed animals, practice to your animals, your babies, the mirror, your husband. I never practice with Java. He doesn't need to be part of this. But practice. Promise me you'll practice. And I'm saying that before I'm showing you this, because this, my friends, you need to practice. And you're going to feel uncomfortable for the first while. But you can't, I was saying to Leah this morning too, I'm like, sometimes you guys, with no offense, it sounds offensive, but no offense, because I'm talking about myself. You just have to be too dumb to doubt, right? Like, there's a set sheet. Do I? Yeah, you do. You really do. Okay, there's individual closing. Do I really? Yep. Yep,
Mm.
you do. Actually, you really do need to do an individual close. But do I need to do all three? Yes. You really do. Because otherwise, you're going to be frustrated that it's not working, but you're not working. So, too dumb to doubt. I mean, it's like, just trust the process is another way to say it. Okay, I want to show you this because this is on boards too. I've showed this before, but this is a practice thing. Now, this, you guys, is fun because this is where stuff starts rolling in. Okay. This is where the magic comes to life. Okay. These are the words. You guys, this is the conversation. Virtual or in person, doesn't matter. You can be in an airplane, helicopter, submarine, it doesn't matter. Um, but here, it doesn't matter how you do your party. But what matters is that you close with the 3 Bs, right? Um, I always thank them for their support of my business for our family. I asked them if they had a good time, asked them if I'm in person, I say, how does your face feel? If I'm virtual, I say, yes. And you're nodding and touching. Yes. Right. And if it's virtual, I just say, what was the most interesting thing you saw? Um, okay, and then we get into buy. And you guys, this is literally like language that would come out of my mouth. And if it's not exactly language that would come out of your mouth, then make it language that would. But don't change it too much to mess up the system. Okay. Don't be like, yeah, I came up with the whole, no.
No, you need to trust it.
Yes.
You can tweak some words in that,
Yeah.
but just trust that it's okay to ask these questions.
Yes.
Like, it's not pushy. Don't
No.
get that in your head.
No. And it's not going to happen. That's interesting too, Kelly. These buying, it's the first B. Booking their second appointment's the second B. And then become is like, becoming a consultant for themselves and their friends and family. I promise you these 3 things won't happen if you don't ask. Like people don't know how to buy, book, and become without you asking them. So this language is so important. And all of it is what we teach. And I love it. So it doesn't matter if you're in person. If you are, here are my tips. If you're in person, I'm just imagining downstairs. Okay, I have my little beauty session table. It's really easy if it's just a one-on-one because I just clear the table and then I transition and I'm like, okay, let's figure this out. It's like a transition word, a transition. If it's a group of people, I transition and say, now it's time for everybody. We're going to take turns in my office, right? Because I've already told them I have an office over here. Usually it's like my kitchen counter or the couch, like that far away. I wouldn't go to my desk that's right behind my table because that's like everyone's like, oh, what is she doing? But if it's in person, you guys take the most excited person first for your confidence and because she's probably going to buy the most. So that'll help everybody else because she's getting back to the table like, what'd you do? What'd you buy? What'd you get? Well, that's fine. But I don't want to sit around the table and do it with everybody because that's awkward. She'll tell you some stuff, you guys. You're gonna hear some things. And I don't want those things around the whole table. Like that might be awkward for her. And I want her to be comfortable and trustworthy of me, So take her away from the table. She can go back and tell him anything she wants to about her money situation, but that's not up to me, right? Like, okay. If it's virtual, here is what I have found, you guys. I have found that I always do it the wrong way for a long time, and then I figure out the right way, and then I'll never change. We share these things, like explain them. We post them. We tag people. And we expect that they're just going to show up. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen. It didn't happen. I was like, this doesn't work. It does work. If I started the connection off properly in the beginning of the party, right? Or the week-long session. And now we've been in communication. At the end of the session, I will message her a picture of the set sheet and I will start by saying, thank you for your support, or I will do a little voice memo. Thank you so much for your support. I saw you on live, or, hey, I didn't see you on live. I hope you catch the replay. Thank you so much for your support. Did you like this? I'd love your feedback. And then it's a back and forth. You are not, my friends, copying that whole entire thing, pasting it, sending it. She's going to be like, oh, I actually have no idea what she's asking me. There's a lot going on here. So like, there's really 4 different conversations happening here, right? Like, thank you. That was so awesome. Let's talk about sets. Let's talk about booking. And then do you want to do the coupon club and consider what this could bless you with too? Like, doesn't that sound so simple when I say it like that? And then we get all these creepies in our head that make it super complicated, but it's really not. We just have to promise ourselves that we're in this circle like Chris showed us.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Kelly, anything else?
I think we covered it all.
I know that was good, right?
That was good. Yes.
So where can you find the
Well, besides the thing I was thinking is, like you talk about this earlier. It's not like all of a sudden at the end of your table close, you pick somebody and they all, like I tell them earlier that I will be meeting with each of them individually to get their feedback, see what they liked and stuff like that. So, and I think that paves the way that then it's the expectation at the end. So I think that was about the only thing we didn't talk about.
Yeah. And it's a way of really customizing your service for them, you know? Mm-hmm. Can you imagine, like, I would be so confused if I saw all these products and I was like, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't order, you guys. I know for sure I would not order.
Yeah. Sometimes I do a quick thing about, like, when you go in the store, have you ever tried to buy foundation or a lipstick or something like that? I'll just throw that out there as kind of an icebreaker or something and go into, so, that's why I want to, at the end we'll connect because everybody's different. And like, I could get everybody the same lip gloss and it's going to look different on every one of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And here's the thing too, you guys, when it says buy, right? Like, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked when she says, do you know what I'm saying, Kelly?
I do.
Okay. Don't show shock. Okay. Like, because you guys, what's going to happen? Yes, there are people who will there's all kinds, but if you have shared with her and you've made it simple, okay. And you have in the end said, here's your skincare set. And this is what else is on your face. And you didn't overwhelm her. She's like, oh, I promise you this will happen at least. Just I dare you to tell me I'm wrong. That would be so fun if you told me I was wrong because it's going to happen. Is she's going to say, okay, that sounds great. And you're like, what sounds great? She's like, oh, what you just said, that sounds great. And you're like, holy crap. Okay, that sounds great. That is so great.
Don't say, are you sure?
Yeah, no. And isn't that so cool? And on the other hand, you just start going for it. And you guys, even in those instances, I'm like, okay, is there anything else we're forgetting? And guess what? She forgot something. And then we're like, is there anything else I'm forgetting? Like, what else do we need? And on the other spectrum, you guys, don't be shocked because this just happened to me before I left. And I could tell you the whole story. There's always a reason for it. But she said, oh my gosh, Katie, I'm going to start with that mascara today. And you don't show anything. You are like, okay, is equally excited to provide a mascara to the girl who can afford a mascara and yet have potential to own her own business. And she already booked a party to earn credit. Okay. Like that's where we took that because of the 3 B's. Equally as excited as the woman who just did the time-wise repair set plus, the masking and her color. And she has a friend who wants repair too, because that has happened to me. And you're like, what just happened? But both are incredible opportunities for your business to grow. And you can't judge your success based on the numbers that you get from one appointment. Mm-hmm. So I would more judge the success of my business based on the IPAs that I'm willing to work every day, to see that I can get in front of more people to make a bigger impact. So,
but
I don't know, you guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. But also, I think that's why you need to ask those questions
Mhm.
about what did you like best, da 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 da. Because when she just wants a mascara,
Mhm.
you're going to learn that she did love other products. And so
Yes.
there's a reason why she only wants mascara.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just a person that, yeah, she just wants mascara and she wants nothing else to do with you.
Yeah.
That's going to happen too once in a while.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But normally there is a reason. So even if she tells you right when you sit down, I
Mhm.
just want this mascara,
Mhm.
say, okay, great, and
Mhm.
say, okay, but I'd still love your feedback. What did you like that? Still go through all the questions, do the thing.
Yeah.
By the end, it's building that relationship, I think, is
Yeah.
the most important thing. Because if you don't ask the questions, you have no idea
Yeah.
who she is or why she maybe only wanted the mascara. Maybe she really wants more. So how can you help her get
Yeah.
more? So
Yes. Oh, and it's so cool to watch you guys, like, the connection that happens virtually. We're making friends. We're adding people to our Facebook group. We are connecting people and just it's fun. It is so fun. When you're at the table together with someone, they start off and then by the end, you can see that woman's confidence grew. And you did that. Like you did that. You taught her something and you believed in her and you whatever the conversation led to. Um, I'm definitely not someone's therapist, but I will
sometimes we feel like it.
I know, but I will hopefully when she walks away, she will feel better from when she walked in.
Yes.
And that is my hope. That is our hope. And if you do that, you're buying, you're booking, and you're becoming your 3 Bs and your set sheet and all the things, um, you will get more in return than you have ever thought possible if you go in it with that mentality. Like, I want to leave this woman better than how I found her.
Mhm.
And she'll be with you forever. At least that's what we hope. So, okay, Kelly, did we do it?
We did. And you guys, there's a video, and I think it was with this lesson of Mary Kay wisdom. And basically, I'm just going to um, give you this gist of it, but please listen to it. You just have to hear her voice. It's so good.
Mhm.
But basically, she says to go out to give and not to get. I
Yeah.
promise you will succeed. Go out and make those women at a skincare class. And don't worry, make them feel special and don't worry about how much they will buy.
Yeah.
Just go out to give, just to make them feel good. And go out to give, and also go out to give in your daily life, and your customers will recognize that you have a giving spirit, and you are going to succeed. Somebody said the secret to success is to give yourself away with love. The more you give, the more you get. All that you send into the lives of others, I swear, I can hear her voice right now. All that you send into the lives of others does indeed come back into your own.
Well,
That's basically what you just said. But Mary Kay says it to you guys in this lesson. So please listen.
that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, ladies, your graduating with honors this week is that you watch the video and you just have a conversation with us about like those daily bite-size action steps. Remember for that need gap. There's what I have, what do I see, and then what do I need? Let's talk about that. And you'll graduate with honors. I know you will.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you soon, you guys. Love you. Believe in
Love
you. Bye-bye.
you. Bye.